Anyways, it cut out. I had to delete some footage and shit. No memory. Rainbow Kid, neo-Nazi. Come to find out, I wasn't. Whatever. Uh, Came out to the 23-year-old and me, and we both like we gotta boot his ass. And then what was it called? He was disrespecting me one day, and then I said, "Get the fuck out of the building, bro." And I just meant right then, right now, like, get the fuck away from me, get out of the building. But he took it out. I was like kicking him out. So he never came back. Everyone was mad of his tribe and shit. Like, why did you do that to him? He was such a good person. He just wanted to fuck you. And then, and a 23-year-old. And then, what's it called? We found him in the basement. Like, he was like sneak back. And I really didn't give a fuck what happened to him after that, I guess. Because I wasn't trying to treat him like that. That's what it come down to. I just said, get away from me, dude. I wasn't trying to boot him. But they took it as I would boot him. And then it went along with like, yeah, he booted him out the band. They're playing these games, the Crip gang, the whole time. Somebody ran into the building and died because of the music and shit when I was in that building. Then my mom's trying to silence me with the MK Ultra and shit. Please don't slave commanded me not to say something. What the fuck kind of shit is that, dude? Stop doing that shit. The fuck out of here. I ain't no slave, bitch. The fuck out of getting your chip out my fucking skull, dude. I ain't no peace stone. It's a final lesson. They got involved with me, delivering some Haley Satan, name of the Lord Jesus Christ by the power of the Holy Spirit. Loose myself from the power of Lucifer, in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ by the power of the Holy Spirit. I swallowed. Ooh, yeah, wonderful. They got involved with me because I was over at St. Herman's in July of 2020. And I decided, for whatever reason, after I saw a black cat walk past me, robot control, to go sleep over by West Boulevard on the beach. Because I was homeless. I did. So I think I hit some LSA or whatever the fuck that shit was at Herman's. New neighbors next door to Herman's in the house that has a fucking shack that used to have slaves. I would say knock that shit down ASAP. What's it called? When I'm sleeping by the water, there's a patrol boat that went by, knew I was there, but I still hid. Then in the nighttime, I saw this girl walk by. Like in the dark, dark night, she just walked past. Anyways, next day, some Satanist sleeps right below me. Then there's a group of Satanists that were on the dock, and at the time, I was doing my martial arts and on my feet from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to sleep. So it was a Sunday, and I was trying to stay low key, and I was trying to fix my hair, and he's like, "Bro, flex," and I'm like, the fuck you talking about, bro? What are you even talking to me like that? What are you even over here for? What are you not minding your own business for? And what are you fucking telling me to do something I don't have to on the day of rest? The Sabbath. And some blood gang member came up to him and like, is you allowed over here? And then he's like, there's no, or whatever the fuck they were doing with all that shit. And he's like, oh, playing their theater. And then I took a walk after dude below me had some weed and he saved me a roach. And then I took a walk into the woods next to me and I saw a baby fawn's head cut off next to some Satanists. I don't know if that little girl in the nighttime threw that up there. Anyways, it was fresh. And let me see, or it's a skull or some shit. And I put the skull right. I don't know what the fuck. It was a skull. Yeah, it was a skull. That's what it was. It wasn't fresh. It was a skull. I take it back. I was a skull. Yeah. And I set it over by the dude's hammock just for safekeeping. I just thought it was cool. And then they took it the wrong way. That dude was mad that I didn't start flexing. And then after that, I was gang stalked. I don't know by what organization to this day. Then I'm over at St. Herman's again, and then this almighty black peace stone of a famous family who's a lawyer, FBI son, walked all the way from the east side to St. Herman's because he didn't have no food. It was after the time that anybody ate, ... I'm getting gang stalked, car after car after car after car after car after car, like I wasn't already. And then, what's it called? I say, here's some of my food, bro. I have some chicken, canned chicken and shit from the pantry. And he appreciated it. And he's like, come and take a walk with me. Let's talk. So I did. We ended up being by that water tower, by the restaurant called Harp, right across from 44th in Detroit. He's talking all loud and shit, like he's some shot of with all this other stuff, and he got legal protection and all this stuff, and he appreciates me and all this stuff, join him and all this stuff, he could be in my crew and all this stuff, and I'm like, I'm good. And then all these people pulled up, and they're like, oh, look who he's talking to, and then, you know, what's it called? He's like, follow me back to the east side, so I walk with him down Detroit. And then he's singing the song. He played the song "Bees in the Trap" by Nicki Minaj. And then what's it called? He wanted to go over the Detroit Bridge, and I'm like, I can't go over the Detroit Bridge right now, dude. I just can't do that shit. We got to go under it if you want me to walk to the east side. He's like, I ain't doing it. I said, all right, bro. Then I'm staying right here because I got business to tend to in this bando I've been living at. He gave me his number. Anybody that gives me their number, I never call because that means you're a hoe to them. Or they're a hoe to you, hear me? And then, after that, Peace Stone started following me like a fucking crazy, like German rice burner or fucking engineering with this other gang that they were trying to take over with their Infragard, street theater, LSD, CBD control of that neighborhood. Without helping with shit with a trash can and a shopping cart. Going to the scrapyard for a gram of weed. And he's glad you said that to him. Anyways, I saw his ass when I was over there. The dude that was going to walk me over the bridge, I saw him over... he said he was a lawyer's son or something. He has a law degree or something. I don't know his name. I don't know what organizations he's a part of to this day or who his family is in relation to before that date for my birth. And anyways, I saw him walking over there by 55th and Broadway when I was living there at Edgewood Park on Broadway. He walked past me once. And it was weird. And then that dude that... this is another thing I gotta bring up. That dude that Dallas hat that stole my phone at 2100, and I saw him in Akron, and then asked for it back and never gave it back for whatever reason. We left the same day. Asked me for like hot sauce, and lied and said he gave me my phone back, and deleted my Facebook. After posting a bunch of shit I found out. I don't know what he posted to this day. But I saw him over on the east side over there by Cedar Rapids Station. This was like months later. And he gets on the fucking rapid and he does some gang sign. And then he like, what up? And I'm like, oh, yo. And then he's like, come back to my mama's house with me. And I'm just thinking to myself, well, he told me that, do you like hot sauce? And took my phone and took it again. I couldn't get it back. And now he's testing me to come. Nope. And that's funny to the whole idea. V2K statement. Anyway, that's off topic. This dude over here, I stayed in the west side. Didn't go back with that, bro. And then Peace on started gang stuff. Crazy. Being ignorant as fuck to this day. Without helping with shit. Doing an international microchip empire takeover. Tied to their blood gang connection of Chicago. and Bone Thugs. And anyways, a Crip Gang or whatever the fuck. And everything else I was Guan. And whoever chipped me with the Peace Stones in 2012 and maybe 2019 and maybe 2012. It wasn't Peace Stones in 2012. It was not before that. Anyways, Blood Games being dissed on. Pump to her. Pump to that one. What the fuck do they want me to keep pumping the dudes and pumping in general? Gas fucks, man. I have business hand on the west side, dude. That's all I stayed by that building, and I didn't call him because I just don't call people that give me their numbers. That's all it comes down to. I know. Because you fed. Oh, yeah, I remember what he said to me at Heart. Before we walked to the east side, he wanted to walk me to the east side. He like, I got a gun runner up there going up to Amsterdam. And I'm thinking to myself, remember what I taught you, PD and FBI and the rest of the world, about what I learned about Sting Operation Entrapment in 2012 to avoid FBI entrapment, Sting Operation Entrapment? If anyone asks you to buy or sell drugs, say no. If anyone asks you to buy or sell hoes, say no. If anybody asks you to buy or sell guns, say no. So I exited him out of the fucking west side. He's like, I got a gun runner up in Amsterdam. And blah. I'm like, so the fuck what? I'm Ukrainian, bro. And they made me say that shit. And anyways, eventually, with all those Peace Stones gang stuck me, it seemed like off of my artwork that they stole, but that I burned. And then patented or whatever the fuck, military design. What's it called? I can't think right now. Wow. Yeah, this goes back to childhood. To the people that were in the hospital. Whoever, actually, it comes back to when we came back to America and the person that changed my fucking family name. When my father came here. Who the fuck was that? In relation to all this. Asshole. And, they're intermeshed. Let me think about this real quick, if I can. I took my trash can as they're fucking following me with their German rice burners, not helping me get laid or paid, and I didn't call them, and I didn't have to, and that was a lesson. I think this is before I walked to Lincoln Electric. However, that happened when they brought that girl over, thinking I was in the Crip Gang, and God knows what happened to that girl. Holy shit. And then, what's it called? Then I got fucked up downtown at a bus stop, and I got pissed off and walked all the way to Lincoln Electric, pissing in like around St. Clair and 90th or some shit from downtown Cleveland. And then I wore the mask, the white mask, because I had to when I got in the building, one of those industrial ones. I didn't know no gangs represented white. Almighty Black Peace Stone, according to online, right? Black. And then what's it called? That don't mean we are just because you do. And then I put that mask on in the building, and I couldn't take it off when I left it. And I thought, I'm gonna keep it on because it's a bad motherfucking mask. And then they all thought I accepted them after I didn't call that dude. And then they continued the gang stalk harassment to this day, where God knows what they did internationally with their microchip empire. And then infiltrated the churches because it's Illuminati Freemasonry that you need to renounce before you become a member of the Catholic Orthodoxy of Greece. You have to renounce that group, bro. Same with the Crip and all that shit. You renounce that. You gotta renounce it. Freemasonry, dude. Freemasonic corporation, bro. Make billions and billions of dollars. Now I never agreed to be a member with all this shit going on. They're interesting. They're repeating some gay ass shit. And again, V2K started attacking me September 2020 by the alleyway of Fulton and Franklin, by the Masonic Temple, after the owner said I had permission to stay there because he knew what was going on, and said if you clean up, then he'll give me $50. Thank you, Mason. And then I was to that dude. I planned on cleaning up my shit and then keeping it clean when I left, out of respect for letting me stay there. But they just like, got me an apartment on the west side. Whoever called them to my tent site, and then took me there on Orthodox Christmas of 2021. And then it was bugged like a motherfucker, made me jack off and shit. And then what's it called? At 11 levels of MK Ultra, I found with the earplugs in. I mean, I would say 7, including the 3 frequencies that are constant and the V2K. There's another V2K in the Eden House of Ezra Park. There's some shit going on in the vent in the bathroom. And different levels. It sounded like a fucking old woman upstairs was walking around talking to me like through the floor, all sexual, and they called her Mama P Stone, and she was a dominatrix. Anyways, I had to escape that shit. We'll talk about that later. That's how I ended up over on the train tracks, on the Amtrak tracks on Marginal and 64th, because I had to escape that fucking building. Once you go in there, I was just laid out for the Medicaid Ultra, and I was laid out for like 2 weeks when they would force me to masturbate, and then I would be able to like stumble out of the building and never come back until I had to. That was my relationship with that apartment. Whoever brought the housing people to my tent spot. I never applied for Eden housing. That's the final lesson. They approached me. They approached me in the bando they approached me in the bando. Yeah, they dosed this tobacco or some shit, bro. If they didn't put coronavirus, I don't know what they put coronavirus on. But V2K said I have to be a piece of. No, I don't. You have to respect my autonomous sovereignty as an independent contract, and I want nothing to do with you. For how you completely objectify me to this fucking day. And I don't feel bad for you, dude, because to all the FBI playing your fucking shit show, no one lands a fucking takeover on me, including myself. Let that be the lesson. I don't give a fuck how much you made internationally. Pocket Rocket. V2K. Over there in Independence, Ohio. Cleveland. Detroit. 216-313. And Ukraine. Russia. Anyways, idea. What was I gonna say about that? I'm gonna tie it into the story about Meech. Peace on thought. I accepted them when I went all the way to Euclid, Lincoln Electric, where I wanted to go to school for welding since I was like 23. Yeah, I want to be a neuroscientist too and shit, but I want to get certified in welding just because. So what? It's a good trade to have. Build cars and shit. And to this day I couldn't. And like everything else. Anyways, I'm gonna tell you the story back to Meech, and I'm rolling back my trash can with all these fucking gang stalkers. And what I was gonna say about that motherfucking shit, bro, with that Fed shit, over driving past me and all that, you know what the fuck you were doing, bro. And you ain't fooling nobody. And on top of it, like, I don't give a fuck, man. I'm sick of you doing that. Get all the people out of the Peace Stones that thought I was in the Peace Stones, that are microchipped. That's the lesson. And the Blood Gang and the Crip Gang. That's the lesson. That did not sign no contract. That are now patented through a microchip. LSD dosed. Bugged house. All that shit. And get them out the churches. Because it's all fucking dosing the Eucharist. And sex bribing the faithful. And drug running, gun smuggling, and dosing the holy water all that good 9 yards for a Marxist neo-Nazi conspiracy. And yeah, bye. Stay away from me. I'm not a sex object. I don't consent to audiovisual recording. I consent to intellectual property rights and neural rights. Anyways, so I'm rolling back my trash can from the scrapyard while all these people are driving past me with Audis and shit. Not giving, like, here, bro, here's some weed, man. Here, bro, here's some fucking, here's $100 bill. Here, bro, here's some food, bro. You know what I'm saying? You need anything else, man? I see you got a trash can. You can only get like a gram of weed. You have to walk all the way to 65th from 25th in Detroit, 65th and Store. What's it called? With a trash can. And, what's it called? I was gonna say, I'm over there by 44th and the store on 44th. It's an important story, very important story. I'm at a store on 44th, the gas station. And I'm just all the drama from everybody driving past and all the shit that they're doing to me. And I know I'm chipped at the time. I went behind the gas station and I passed out. I said, I gotta pass the fuck out, bro. And then I woke up and then I saw Meech's brother with, forget his name, man. I seen him through the city. And, you know, he claims are real good because he let me over his house and stuff. He cool people. I'm not saying nothing. He got fucked up hardcore. Forgive me for not remembering your name right now, bro. However, this story links up with all everyone else. And, what's it called? He's like, bro, hey, what's up? He's like, come back to my house, man. And I said, oh, okay. And then go to his house a couple blocks down by Vega and Train Avenue, 44th. And what's it called? What's his name? His T.I. That's his name. I have to blast him right now. And I go into his house. We're smoking some weed or whatever, and I pass out because I thought it was weed. And then woke up. And his sister comes in the house. This is a critical issue that needs to be resolved internationally. Wake up on the floor to T.I.'s sister walking through the door named Meech. I don't know her real name. And goddamn, of course, I haven't got laid in like 6 years. And goddamn, of course, I'm into melanin girls and Sioux Native Americans. All my exes were of the Blackfoot tribe. And for whatever reason. And what's it called? Drop dead, bro. Like perfect match. You know what I'm saying? Baby mama, everything. Perfect match. I'm like, holy smoke, girl of my dream. You know what I'm saying? And then when I woke up, when I realized that my shit was out of my pocket and it was spread out through the fucking room, dude. I'm like, why is my EBT over here? Why is my ID over here? I go in his kitchen, that number from that dude that by heart was like, I know a gun runner in Amsterdam. And then come with me to the east side. He's in the I'm like, they put his number in the kitchen sink. So I took the message. I got the message. They're MK Ultra like crazy in that fucking house, bro. Terrible, 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 terrible. And anyways, like girl of my dreams, really. When I passed out, like she just sat on the front porch, like guarding me and shit. And I'm like, ooh. But she was caught up with all that shit that they were saying to this day. And what's it called? I just thought she was the one for me. You know what I'm saying? And then however I was over there. And then what's his name came over? Dude that stole my book bag from Detroit with my Techstar shoes and all my other shit from St. Herman's. That's locked up right now still in County. Who's Haitian. Crip. What's his name? What the fuck's his name, bro? I had to think of Walt. That goes back to like 2015. But what's it called? What's his name? What's my little bro's name though? He was always my bro. What's his name? I can't think of your name right now, bro. Anyways, let me get back to this dosed conversation, non-consensually dosed conversation through the MK Ultra. You know, Meech told me she said, "Oh, you're my brother's friend. You know, you could stay here, blah, blah, blah. Maybe you could stay upstairs and all that." And then she said, "I have a daughter." And she said, "You could come over my house tomorrow. I'll invite you and the other bro over my house tomorrow." And we're like, "Big bet." And I'm like, "Yay. All I need to do is touch the ground with her. She could give me a pickup truck. She could help me with my stimuluses. She could help me get some weed. She could help me with everything." She'd like come over my house the next day, and I said, "Oh, okay. Of course, why wouldn't I? He's the most beautiful, one of the most beautiful girls I ever seen in my fucking life, if not the most beautiful." And to this day, what's it called? Set her up with that statement. She's jagged. "I can't touch you now. Did you touch the tibia again, Lee? I gotta get the bugs out." Unless she's trying to tell me his name, and then we don't touch each other for like a year until we have to. And you can stay monogamous with me for the rest of your life. Ride or die. If not, go about your business. I'm still in Cleveland. Anyway. Mm. I don't think she was a piece of stone before all that shit, or whatever the fuck her family was a part of. Well, I met her. And she's a microchipper now. Oh, yeah, I'm sure like all my other gifts of the Holy Spirit, charismatic gifts of the Holy Spirit, you know, divine mission from Yahweh brides, mother my child, are doing all types of fucking stupid shit with his fucks. And like the newest one, Natalia. The last one I ever thought about because I physically cannot. You see the swelling on my face? You don't know what they did to me. I got a hit put on me by some dude in fucking Independence, Ohio. There's got a bug in my ear talking, licking my ear, Freemason, German bitch. Anyways, what was I gonna say? I forgot why I couldn't come over her house the next day. Let's look back at the tape. Oh yeah, Tia kicked me out the house. For whatever reason. I remember I saw her in the bathroom, right? I went to the bathroom. And then she looked at me, and then I looked at her, and I'm like, "I'm not trying to think you disrespectful." You know what I'm saying? Please, oh my God. You could pass by me. Anyways, she's microchip for sure. That was all you had to say before I met her. Think to get T.I. kicked me out the house. He said, "You gotta leave. You gotta go. Bye." I said, "Fuck." And then I couldn't come over her house the next day. The end of her and me. And then I was struggling to get back to her on multiple occasions. We could look at the records. I drew the graph piece over under the bridge on her birthday. Oh, the reason why I thought she was my only one, because her birthday was September 13th, according to what she said. And Chelsea's birthday, my dead ex, was September 14th. So I'm like, she's my Chelsea's replacement. She has to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can God get any more clear? You know what I'm saying? Anyways. I think I remember where mom still stays, or she's still. Oh, fuck it. Oh, God damn. Whew, story of my life. It didn't work out. Get the bugs out your skull, miss. RF scan, mynexuslive.com. I'll tell the story about how I had a trash can full of scrap. And I'm passing by his street, and he's throwing T.I.'s street, and he has his family over. This is like a month later. And he motions with his hand to go not pass down his street with the trash can. Like, go to Train Avenue the other way. And I'm like, one, I'm not a Mason. Two, I could go this way if I fucking feel like it. Hey, you kicked me out your house, dog. I think that's what happened for whatever reason. And I pull my trash can up to their family situation, and Meech is there again. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god. They know how I felt about her. They know I didn't get laid in like I think 4 years at the time because of the murder of Chelsea unsolved. And you know, we had a good time. He invited me over. She saw me for who I was. So what I said, what they were saying, and I think she liked me. She liked how I handled her family. She liked how I handled her brother. She liked how I handled her mother. She liked how I think we could have did something, been together. You know, everyone would have been like, yeah, to this day, whatever. And the East Side girls were like, no, because she's not from Cleveland. And all this other shit. And then I'm like, I'm not trying to get anyone from Cleveland. I went to Detroit and I fell for someone. I think there's someone still there. And then I don't know. And then I might die today. And then, let that be the lesson with that girl. That's as far as I'm gonna go with that story. I had to say some shit, bro. I think that's the end of it. For now. Leading up to what the fuck's been going on. Remember what everyone used to say to me when they walked past me. All that, and then think of the girl on John and 44th. When I was at St. Herman's, that she like wanted to marry me. She was pretty. I think she was German. I don't know what organization she was part of. If she was microchipped at the time. But she had a house and shit. She was like, yeah, sell your soul to Satan and Zerksong, and you can live with me. We can make a baby. The Antichrist. The brain was made baby. And I'm like, I appreciate the offer. But my heart hurts for each. And whatever happened to whatever organization she was a part of before we met, and she thought all the peace stone and shit. First one I asked her rejected, obviously. And the two young ladies gonna use his dick how he exploited me with her. She fucked everyone. Then construction crew next to my tent site, and they left me some copper in the dumpster. Thanks, bro. Really appreciate she was been like 4 years. I didn't get laid, man. I just appreciate everyone was my wingman. Whatever this shit was, I didn't know at the time. The show. Zerkson. And that one girl on John, like, I'm good, bro. To this day, flat out, like, I can't be with like that because I'm a Christian and I need a holy child. However, you know, my family from before my grandma was taken from the village, and that family came to America. Living space, general plan house, and all that. You know what I'm saying? Catholic, the Orthodox were like, stay on Herman's, don't fuck with the witch. I'm like, okay. They gave me permission to sleep on St. Herman's so many times. They were working with me. They knew I was trying to be Orthodox. They're going to say, we thought you were Orthodox. And this is like, I had Ukrainian Greek Catholic. What's the difference besides being under the Pope? Besides unity. And I'm trying to formally join to this day, since 2009. Meech Power played us V2K Stadium. So they're watching her. It's a gay group from Independence in my ear. However, they're related to her. because, you know, her birthday was September 13th and Chelsea died September 14th, and I thought she was the girl of my dreams. After not getting laid for 4 years, and she invited me over her house the next day, and then her brother kicked me out and I couldn't go. Anyways, I'm still in Ohio. But just, you know, we'll clear this shit up as time goes on. If I don't die, you don't die. Anybody that thought I was in the Peace Stones to this day can get the chip out and renounce them, and same with everything else that I was not a part of. Ooh, V2K is making my head move a certain way towards them. I don't know what that means. Ow. And then I swallowed. I embarrassed us. You embarrassed us, they said. The group that smokes weed and talks in my ear at the time my brain heals, calling me schizo. And everything else. Great job and all that dumbass shit. Proves you're not schizo. Dude, I never was, man. Fucking stop putting me in the ringer. Like, get off of him. Tie this all in, I was gonna go back to Cleveland. Real G's, I didn't know what this shit was about. You know now, from what I found out, and how I related to you in my position based off of what we have to deal with. And then I just say, I was the same thing like you, bro. I traveled in the nighttime when it was quiet. Nobody followed me when everything was good. You know what I'm saying? When I was good with the government, I would just like take walks and nobody would follow me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Peace Stone said that to you, and everyone's like, when is this gonna end? And what the fuck is this? And they thought that they thought the Tippy Gang leader approached me and said, hey, bro, you want to do MMA? I'll be your promoter. And I'll be like, no, dude. But they thought I said, yeah. And then he's like, all right, suck my dick and get fucked by me. And I'll be like, no, dude. And then he did all that shit. That's what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? But because he gets fucked in his ass, and I never did. And he's a Comanche trying to understand Hesychism, take it from him, and put it into the Christ interface. And when my dick post tells him to, he could say Jesus Christ finally. When his dick moves to mine, telling Jesus Christ finally. Sacrilege and disrespecting the fucking sacraments. Anyways, he's over with. Man, Pocket Rock is done for. That's why they gave me the coronavirus today. All the swelling and shit is from them killing me. Supposedly I had the corona. I'm gonna ask my mom for a test kit. You know it's the end, bro. It's a microchipper versus microchip. Everything I said. That's what the shit come down to. Everyone that thought I was in all these gangs and shit, I separate myself from them. I walked all the way to Shaker to talk to Chelsea Lynn Louise Godbo's father and tell him I declined the Crip gang. Because I got sting operation entrapment, bro. You don't need to the Crip gang doesn't need to get involved with me like that. And then whatever ties I head to the Blood gang and shit, well, Sharp broke over me. And then, BZK is calling me schizo because they're covering up their lives. I just don't know when they finally get somebody that's going to knock on their door if they're going to commit suicide, like their leader, or go all out with guns, V2K, or be little bitches like they are, and get handcuffed before the treason trial, if I survive this. That's why they're murdering me. Ew, they just licked my ear. Like really sick, like a pervert, like a fucking gay ass German bitch. Anyways, I have no idea who came to that woman's aid. No, I don't, because they never tell me, and they all want her. My wife, because they all were ultimate wingman. They all gave a fuck about me. You know what I'm saying? They all were like, hey, bro, let's like let him get laid and get paid and shit. And then maybe he'll fight. Let him. But I think that covers most of the shit I needed to discuss. Ultimately, if a dude didn't fucking hack my Facebook when my mom kicked me out, after I got bugged in Detroit, came back to Cleveland, because it was 10 degrees in October outside, below its end. Detroit, I'm like, I'm going back to my mom's, fuck this shit. And I got caught up here. I couldn't go back there. And what's it called? She kicked me out, and then they stole my phone and hacked my Facebook, dude. Ashley Wilson, girl from the Occupy. What's it called? I had her number, and she bought a house in Cleveland Heights. I was over there. She married someone, bought a house. However, she made her income. Ooh, my anus feels like somebody's doing something to it. However, in relation to everything I mentioned. And when my mom kicked me out, I called Ashley because she was gonna let me stay at that house. And she had a job at the Amazon warehouse in Babbitt in St. Clair, and she was gonna get me a job there. When my mom kicked me out, somebody, V2K said, a pedophile mobbed you, even though they're the registered sex offender. For every reason, that person's in my ear. And what's it called? What was I gonna say about her? I lost my train of thought because they're fucking cutting me off. Oh yeah, I would have just I asked her if she could pick me up from my mom's because I got kicked out, and she said I can't because somebody broke into my car, and now it's in the mechanic, and I have no transportation. She said if you can make it to my house, I'll give you a key. And I said, oh, bet. I ended up having to go to 2100 and then got caught up with all that shit. You know what I'm saying? If I had my fucking I don't know what the V2K is doing at 11:50 Thursday, December 25th. Would have made a really sick sound in my left ear. Sounding like they're on Tamesh. In Good Boy Mop. And Peace Stone's making fun of me. Peace Stone, they're talking real low because people are listening probably. It's probably from their microchip to their thoughts, remote neural monitoring transferred to me. Somebody typing it out or some shit. And what was I gonna say? He's making me think of both of them. Meech and Natalia, because he knew Meech was the girl I was supposed to be with. That's why he did that to her. Ultimate wingman, dude. At the time, I thought, at least. Each kid said TV King Lee to surrender my earlobe. Anyways, we see what this shit is. After my head had to make this weird ass motion, and then I had to get this critical pop. The V2K was like skull fucking me. And then I got the critical pop, and then that's what he said. The V2K stated, oh, wow. Anyways, I revoked the TV Gang leader. Still, despite on touching of his Xerxes harem. Leonidas, I stood with, or the army. And, anyways, look at they're still trying to fucking fabricate with their microchipper empire. I took them all out in one conversation. And, oh yeah, let me talk about Crystal in relation to this girl. I've had thought about her for years before she was made into a Peace Stone. However, she was working at that plasma bank. I thought she was pretty. And I just thought, all right, whatever. I didn't think I was ever gonna have a chance with her. But then there was one time when this shit all happened that I had hits put on me or whatever, and then some dude, I got kicked out. How they were treating me in the building, and then some dude like drove past me and tried to do a drive-by, a fake ass drive-by, but I had a coat on it, looked like I had a gun, and they drove away. There was a Crip Blood car over by one side street by 117th, and there was a Keystone setup type shit. Oh yeah, dude got shot. It was all fabrication. All this shit was a street theater. He did that on purpose too. He made a sick noise in my right ear. Some Jamaican dude got shot, and then the car drove past me at the Dollar General. Remember that story? And then that made her like, oh my god, who's this Clip King dude? Oh my god. And TV King later was working on it for years. TV Game leader apprehended me from doing that to that woman. He's still watching me. I gotta think of his dicks and shit. It's fucking disgusting. UGK said, Viana said, avoid doing something sexual. I had to turn my head to the right, and then my ear made some weird noise. I'm thinking, I've kind of sense I'm getting fucked by the rhythm, and it's too much, bro. My face is swelling. Anyways, my ear is all cut off and all that shit. And I'm staying my mom, bro, until I ain't going on the streets, and I ain't going to no institution. I ain't going to fucking halfway house. I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to Reno. Get my 2,000 from Trump, and I'm going to Reno. If I don't die. He tried to build a position over you the whole time. That's what this shit is. Anyways, let me stop this and put this up, and then trying to get me to not get this critical pop in my left ear. I had peroxide in my ear the whole time. That's why she had the job, because she used to put needles in people's plasma. Just sat down to rest in my ear. Left ear is popping. They use an MK Ultra Rolling Thunder to make me think gay, because this dude like ruined my fucking life. So it comes down to, it's all for himself, dude. He's killing you. He said he'd be dead in 3 months. That's all that shit was. Because he didn't know how to leave a dude alone. To this day. Made some sick ass noise in my right ear. The family said that to me. I don't know who. So I said, Crystal, say hello to Tasha. And Crystal needs to understand that She said she's busting your family. Bust my fucking whatever. Do what you do. Whatever the thing about it is understand why it's done, man. We don't know her on TV, dude. We don't know what channel it's on in the fucking democracy. Me myself too. I don't know the Tippy Gang leader's name. I don't know what's the name, Pocket Rocket's name. He thought it'd be cool what he was doing to me. Like, nigga, just get off my dick, bro. Get away from me, man. To this day, man, I don't owe you shit, dude. I don't need to do anything you tell me to do, bro. Fucking rape me, snap my back, took all my wives, took all everything. Thought he was cool when he's in Israel and y'all didn't kill him. The fuck? If that actually happened. I embarrassed Tippy Gang leader. He's gonna get to the point where he's gonna be shamed wherever the fuck he goes, like he was before he met me. That's why he stole it from me. That's why he did it to you. He thought he could bank off of everything that you were designed to do, like Jaco, and made it all about himself. And everyone was like thinking it was funny and shit like that. Shit ain't funny, dude. Like, why can't you watch somebody on 24-hour surveillance and just like make it a silent film? Or listen to what they say or what they're thinking. Sound in my right ear. He's like playing the guessing game with every thought he has and thinking he's funny doing it. And every word he says and everyone that watches is surrendered to Illuminati ritual, Blamageddon, narcissism. That's why I was trying to tell the Christian, like, stop paying attention to this fuck. Don't think about him. Don't look at his dick. Don't look below the belt. Listen to the word he has to say, dude, because he puts you under ritual. And then you're going to cry when you daddy step and shit. Deliverance from healing Satan. He's trying to break me by jacking off to me. Ooh, break my will. And it's supposed to make me go eat some butter at the same time. But there's this like critical pop in my left ear I have to get from keeping I would keep peroxide in up to like keep it in and fall asleep. When years ago, they say don't keep it in that long because it fucks your ear canal up. And I think that's part of the reason my mind's fucked up. Anyways, this dude can just like get away from me finally, knowing that I'm not a part of any of those organizations. I don't get sodomized. I'm not gay or bi. He's been on me for how long? I practiced abstinence since 2009. I'm trying to go to school for neuroscience, studying the United States patent list in natural medicine and RF scanning, growing my own food in the calorie home, riding a bicycle and doing my martial arts discipline. And with my wife, I'm at 10 kids with. If I don't become a monastic, I will scheme them up. The end. And you're not going to take the prayer to heart from me. If you do, I will die. Because it's that much a part of me. That's what's happening right now. It was some sick ass noise in that fucking shit, dude. Trying to identify where its location is. They made me think of that fuckbag. I'm not gonna bring his ass up. That raped me during the Occupy, molested me. He molested me during the Occupy. Somebody molested me during the Occupy. I'll just put it that way. His name's Andrew. He molested me. For the record. Get his ass off me too. Fucking Nazi ass. Like, I don't know how he did it to me, but like all in all, I had to think about it. I was in the warehouse. I didn't have sex for like a year because I practiced abstinence since 2009. I practiced abstinence since 2009 with the Jesus prayer, and I thought I'm gonna let it happen. Like, if I run into somebody and I have sex, that's all it's gonna be, however it happened. If we don't work on a relationship. And that's how I had dealt with every person I dealt with to this day. And yeah, this fucking dude, however I met him, Tri-C and shit. And what's it called? deliverance from hailing Satan, name of the risen Lord Jesus Christ by the power of the Holy Spirit. Put me under a cult ritual at his house. And I'll be 100 about it. I'll be 100 because it came to my attention. He literally like put me under a spell, dude, with the MK Ultra in the room and shit. And then I didn't get laid for like a year. And then he took his stated he microchipped me. Andrew Albertson. I met him at Tri-C before the Occupy. There's this girl that we were both like flirting with. She was really beautiful and he took advantage of. And then I started living with this dude. I think it was an Aryan clan family over on 137th and Puritas. That's how I got my Panasonic for $25 from another clan family, I think. And the whole family smoked weed, so I'm like, bet. First time I played Skyrim. And TBN leader busted me. Some shit. Again, I didn't take a stand against the Nazis until after all this shit. Let it be known. Because I was so, like, growing up, you know, and being around however they met me and all that. But let me go back to Andrew. I met him at Tri-C before the Occupy. I was going for liberal arts. I was trying to go for psychology, anthropology, biomedical engineering, medical illustration, and or archaeology at the time. 2014, I decided to do neuroscience and natural medicine. Psychology and anthropology was what I was into, though. I had a email address called it Science. And Andrew Albertson, I met him at Tri-C. And then I was living with this family on 137. I've played Skyrim for the first time, and I was Argonian. Never participated in any quests. Never bought any houses in any cities. And I kept all my shit in treasure chests. The main reason, the main place I kept my treasure chest, gold in that first time I played Skyrim, it's relevant, this is all relevant, was, what's it called? In the Solitude up north, there was a Argonian pirate, like cave. When you first walk in, you jump in the water and there's a treasure chest underwater. I wouldn't do the mission. I wasn't a part of that pirate crew. I would just sneak into their hideout and then jump in the water and bury all my jewels. And then I would never participate in Stormcloak Rebellion or the Imperials because I wasn't from there. But why would you join the Imperials when they had you in an execution cart, captured for execution, and then, you know, Dragon comes and now do you want to choose sides with them or the Stormcloak? I'll do Stormcloak, obviously. The fuck, you try to kill me. I don't know what I was in the cart for. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Fuck what they be saying. UTK said Tippy Gang leaders lobotomizing me. Wow, Dr. Mengele. Anyways, I'm living with this family. After I met Andrew, Desmond Horn, and Aaron at Tri-C, I ended up staying with Desmond and his girl. His mother was like, wanted me to meet, why am I hanging out with these young kids? And I'm just like, I'm at Tri-C, dude. And Andrew, Aaron invited me to stay with him. It's like, we smoke. You got a car. Let's go. I'm like, all right. And then, what's it called? I met, he made a parallel that I had to remember from a false memory held hostage. Something about Detroit and how they lured me to street girls that I wasn't trying to pay for if I ever did. And I was just trying to find my queen, you know, whoever she was, wherever she was, and if she let me back in and then we stayed together, then I'll be with her. Anyways, there's one girl, creepy ass fucking girl that was obsessed with me that would come over Andrew's house. Come over Aaron's house. And then, what's it called? Her dude, she broke up with, was always with her, Order 9 Angels, probably. Hated me. Because she was obsessed with me and just put me under ritual. She's some witch. She wanted to fuck me and be my boyfriend. I was like, want me to be her boyfriend. I didn't want anything to do with the fucking bitch. Practicing that Western European trap shit. And, her boyfriend was so mad that she was like me. He would like curse the fuck out of me with his witchcraft. And he told me once, he's like, I'm going to be your boss. I thought to myself, I don't have no bosses, bitch. But you tell your bitch to get off my dick because I don't want her. And I ended up having sex with that girl because she made me in an apartment that she was staying at off of like Detroit and West 99th. And she like made me do it. And then I felt sick and I felt like pain because I didn't want anything to do with her. Anyways, I'm working with Aaron and his fat father cleaning out apartments, Hudak dental offices, and apartments on the west side, and with my car and shit. And then I go to the apartment over there on Lorraine by Rocky River, and Andrew Albertson lives there. And I thought, oh shit, what the fuck I'm gonna try to see? No, come over. So we were kicking in shit. I knew he was like buying stuff, and I'm like, all right, whatever, it's none of my business. He was a cool dude to me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know nothing about Nazi and shit. You know what I'm saying? Why? We'll get to this later. Anyways, my father made some really sick ass noise for some fucking reason. Anyways, they used to mock the fuck out of me and shit, put me in a ritual. And, he lured me over his house when I was at the Occupy. You know what I'm saying? And they said type shit. Now I'm on his mother's bed. He's like said he had playing guitar. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, whatever. We're just kicking it. And then somehow, bro, I just went under. And then he gave me a blowjob, bro. Flat out. Like, I don't know how I had no control over myself. I had no ability to say no. I didn't want him. I wasn't gay or bi. I didn't like it. I don't know how it happened. It just happened. I wasn't laid for like a year, dude, at the Occupy. Because I'm practicing abstinence. And it ruined my life, actually. U2K stated that's how they were making me look schizo. It was weird, man, because MK Ultra in the room, the bugs, everything, and whatever the fuck it was, dude, with his sex magic and his demonic power through the Showa shit. Because he's an Aryan, I come to find out. What's called, he was literally, he just got on my fucking dick and I couldn't stop. I fell asleep there after. And he's like, you could touch mine. And I never did. Unless he made me, I'm like, dude, I don't want to do this shit. I just wanted you as a friend, bro. I don't care if you're gay or bi, just respect I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, that shit put me under a ritual and then, ruin my fucking life. I came back to Occupy, felt like I was like taken advantage of, violated. Just like that fucking girl at Aaron's house over on 99th, West Boulevard and 99th. West 99, she had me come over her house and then she did me and then she wanted to be my girlfriend and she was some witch and I'm like, get away from me. And it's like, you seriously turn me the fuck off flat out. Like, I have no interest in you whatsoever ever. I don't want to have sex with you. I don't want anything to do with you, actually. And then I don't like how your dude's mad as fuck at me because you want me and I don't want you. You know what I'm saying? I don't appreciate that shit. But he said, I'm going to be your boss. I remember he told me that. I'm like, no, you're not. That's how I dissed her. Thank God. Fuck. She wanna get off of me. It's fucking sick, man. They fucked me over a lot of people. Shouldn't have been over Aaron's house and shit like that. I'm thinking Desmond sexual. Anyways, that shit had to come to light. And then, what's it called? Oh, they made me touch his dick. V2K said, you actually touched his dick. Oh, I did not want to. I didn't want nothing to do with that fuckbag, dude. I didn't want him to touch me. I didn't come over. He didn't say, hey, come over to my house. I'm going to suck your dick. I would have been like, hell no, dude. I'm going to sleep in my mom's bed. I'm going to suck your dick. I'm like, hell no, bro. V2K said, avoid putting that up there. Hell no, I'm going to blast all these fucks. I don't care if you call me defamation. V2K said, TV gang leader instructed me to put that up there. Man, I mean, Pocket Rocket is still watching. I forgot what he is. Anyways, I still don't know what he is actually in relation to Bone Thugs meeting. Ooh. You just said they're untremendous. Let there be the lesson to that dude though. That I didn't want you to suck my dick, bro. I don't remember this shit until the false memory replay causes me and then he dosed me somehow. Ruined my life. I felt sick. I felt violated. I didn't want to be his friend. And then after time when like we'd hang out, I just felt sick, dude. What he took from me. He didn't make me bust. You know what I'm saying? He just put his, like, I don't know what the fuck happened. He fucking violated me. Touched by a Mason. Touched by a Nazi. He accepted your answers. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, dude. But that don't make you bi, dude. If there's non-consensual video evidence. Like, V2K said, yes, it does. No, it doesn't, dude. No, the fucking doesn't. If my girl said, if you get sick from somebody doing that shit to you and you weren't trying to do it, they set you up to do that, that's not fucking bisexuality, bro. They made you do that shit. V2K said, Tippy and leader is dissed as he should be. He knows his life's over. That's why he said that I'm gonna die in 3 months. I'm just telling the PD and shit. Try to tell my mother what's going on. Catholic Church, Jesuits, tell my mother what's going on. Because she's a part of your church. Away from the Nazis. And tell my mother and father what's going on. My father knows, dude. That's the thing about it. VJK said he's making me look schizo. Obviously, obviously that I don't have that fucking disorder. Deliverance from ailing Satan in the name of the risen Lord Jesus Christ. Let that be the lesson for you? I don't even know what that's supposed to mean, bro. That's how I do this shit, bro. And then they're gonna be like, oh, they're still playing this game. Like, it's like, be a sick ass sound, dude. Because they know what he did to him. That's what he's trying to trap him on. Like he does to all my people. These guys say you gotta get professional help. No, I don't. I ain't getting no puppy pot or no fucking psych ward, dude. They're trying to get me to get. You see these pops, the critical pops is hitting on. They're gonna make me exit out the. Oh. ETK said that's where the Peace Stones held me hostage at. What, where the microchip was? When is? Deliverance from alien Satan in the name of the risen Lord Jesus. Yeah, if you have those homosexual experiences, doesn't mean that you're gay, nigga. These kids like, yes, it does, because we want you to be gay. That does not mean it. You don't know why it happened. MK Ultra in the room. Cell tower and all that. Check the whole Crip gang leaders. They're trying to get them ready for it and shit. Tell me that you're not Andrew Albertson, bro. Yes, you are. Someone won't let me get past that shit. That's what they're thinking about with you. E2K said Peace Stones accepted me, and that's the power play they keep playing over me, dude. Not wanting to be in their organization, dude. Doesn't work like that. I never signed no contract with the Peace Stones, bro. That's what it comes down to. How easy it is to play Ukrainians. Oh, this is gonna go down in history. Look at my inner ear, bro. After keeping it peroxide in for that long. You see how it keeps going? I can't push it further. They knew that. It's in there, bro. I'm telling you. Because they're making Peace Stones are making me kapusta. I don't know what that means. And they still think they have authority over me and the Ukrainian people. They microchip all of us. It's the end of this conversation, OG. I let some facts out. I renounce and repent of all my sins in the name of the risen Lord Jesus Christ and by the power of the Holy